Hello, hello. Okay, now we're going to do a tutorial for a lined zipper bag that has no design on it. You're basically just going to do the bag itself. And this tutorial can be watched and used for the 5x7 or the 6x10 that I have on my site. So first things first, you're going to want to load your hoop, and you're going to want to stitch out the first step, which will be the placement for the zipper. I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, after you have your zipper in place and taped over the placement stitch, you're going to want to do the tack down stitch to place the zipper. I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, after the zipper is tacked down, I've chosen two different colors. This is going to be my lining, and this is going to be the main exterior part of the bag. You're going to want to take your fabric, you're going to put it pretty side down. Sorry. Put it on this side of the zipper. And we're going to tape it in place here, and then you're going to flip it over and also put this piece pretty side towards the hoop and tape it in place. I'll do that and be right back. Okay, now that I have both of my fabrics secured in place, you're going to want to put your hoop back on the machine, and it's going to tack them down into place. I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, after it has tacked them down into place, you're going to want to fold them down, one on the top and the one on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, we folded the top and the bottom down and taped it in place. You're going to want to put the hoop back on the machine, and you're going to want to stitch. It's going to stitch these down and hold them down in place. We'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we have those in place on the front and on the back, we're going to move on. I do want to make a note. When I fold mine down, I don't pull it all the way taut to the stitches. I kind of fold it down and place it to where it's butted up right against the zipper. It gives a really pretty nice finished look when you do it that way, but you can fold it all the way down if that's what you choose. So now we're going to move on to the next pieces, which is the top pieces here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put pretty side down and butt it up to the top of the zipper part now on the front. And also on, okay, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to tape it there, you're going to flip it over, and you're going to do the same thing on the back. I'll go ahead and let that finish, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we have our top and bottom piece taped in place, we're going to go ahead and tack them down. I'll go ahead and let that finish, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we're flipping these pieces front and back. You're going to flip them back up. We're going to load it on the machine. And we're going to go ahead and tack this one down in place. I'll go ahead and let that finish stitching that one in place, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that it has stitched down this part, we're going to pull this off right quick so I can get the zipper. It's got all kinds of tape over it. It's very important you remember to untape your zipper and open it 3/4 of the way down, like unzip it. Because if you don't, you won't be able to get into your bag. Okay. Now that we have our zipper unzipped, straighten this fabric. You really should pin it in place. Okay, you're going to take your other outer piece, and you're going to want to lay it over the top of everything. And this is going to stitch all the way around. You need to remember, unzip that zipper before you do this step, or you're going to stitch your bag closed. You're not going to be able to turn it. I'll go ahead and let that, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we've stitched all the way around, you're going to take your final piece of fabric, you're going to flip your hoop over to the back side, and you're going to secure this piece over the back. Once it's secure, you're going to want to put it back on the machine, and you're going to want to do the final stitch. This is going to stitch to where it's going to leave an opening right here. I'll go ahead and let that do that, and I'll come right back. Okay, now that it is finished stitching, we're going to remove it from the hoop. And you're going to want to trim all the way around. Make sure that you leave extra right here where the opening is so that you can be able to tuck that up in there. I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and trim it, and I'll come back and show you. Okay, we have it all trimmed. If you pull these, you're going to have a little hole here. So you're going to pull these 2 pieces of fabric. Once you see the stabilizer, you can go ahead and trim away the other pieces behind it. Then you want to take your bag and you're going to turn. Grab by the corner. Make sure you push those corners out really nice and neat. And like I said, this pattern would be exactly the same for the 5x7 and for the 6x10. So, okay, now you're going to want to take these 2 pieces. I'm going to fold them into themselves, into the little hole. And you can stitch across the top, or you can ladder stitch so that you don't see that stitching. And now our bag is actually inside out now, so we need to remove the stabilizer from the zipper. I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that you see we've removed the stabilizer, I'm going to reach in and unzip your bag all the way, grab the corners and pull out. Same thing on the bottom. Kind of press it. Okay, here's the front of your bag. When you open it up, let's see, it's all lined. No sewed seams. And there you go. That is how we do our in the hoop lined zipper pouch. Thanks for watching.